this march, now going down to the consequences and the disadvantage. You see, people don't know the consequences of this march to march. Now I'm going to discuss about it because, let me tell you simple fact. This is a wasted effort by this march to march organizers. Let me tell you one. I'm going to list why these are wasted efforts. Now, you are number one. You are what? Directing a message you are supposed to send to your government, to the innocent what? Foreigners, of which most of them are what? Are employers of laborers. Most of them, majority of them are paying taxes in your nation. Now, there is something else. Even as much as you chase away, number two, when you chase away these foreigners and you are not worried, there is no investment in South Africa, things will get worse on a daily basis. It will get worse. Don't think it will get better. People are hoping that, yeah, with all these things, it will get better. No, it will not get better. I repeat, it will not get better unless there is what? Enough investment in South Africa. Unless South Africans, they are getting what? Now, there's something else that is missing. This is not just missing in South Africa, but in Africa in general. How to utilize our resources. One of the major problems that Africans are facing is utilization. We can't make use of our resources, and until we begin to utilize our mineral resources, process it by ourselves, and use it to the finished goods, Africans will remain like this. It is not a cost, it is practical. Because people don't get it. South Africans don't get it. Other African nations don't get it. We have minerals right now. Do you know that there's something they found in Nigeria? They have found lithium, high quantity of lithium in Nigeria as I am talking to you right now. In the northern part of Nigeria, that should be Kaduna precisely. They have found a very high quantity, large quantity of lithium that is used to make what? Electrical battery. Yes, it is in Nigeria, not in any other nation. But do you know the funny part? Even when lithium is in our land, we don't even know what to do with it. A wealth that you cannot spend is useless in your hand. Take note of that. A high volume of lithium is being found in Nigeria as I'm talking to you. Northern part of Nigeria. But do you know one thing about northern part of Nigeria? Insurgents is ravaging northern part of Nigeria. South Africa have enough mineral resources, but do you know one bad thing about it? This Jacinta, tell him, let him come out. Does he have any industry that processes raw materials? He doesn't. People that is marching on this march to march, how many of them have companies? How many of them have the idea to process raw materials for industry to use it for finished goods? None of them have that. You are crying that foreigners are taking your job. God have given Africa enough resources. When I mean so much resources. But we can't utilize our resources and we are here fighting each other in Africa. Imagine that craziness, the kind of stupidity that is playing out in Africa. We have resources. We can't use it. How do you now prosper? White men, foreigners, other nations, Chinese will come. They will help you to explore it. After exploring it, they will not help you to take it to China and use it to produce smartphone, and the South African will buy it. And today, you will come out and tell me that Nigerians are taking your job. What is Chinese people doing? Europeans will come. They will help you to process your raw materials, your resources in your land in South Africa, and take it to Europe and process it and use it to make finished goods and sell it back to you and South Africa. And you said that Nigerians, Malawis, Zimbabweans, Ghanaians are taking your jobs. Can you see? Here, they need knowledge. South Africans and so many other African nations. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. There are severe ties with France. But it's not about even ending up relationship with France that you need alone. You need to utilize the resources you have in your land. You don't need Chinese to come and take your raw material and send it to China and process it. After processing and use it to produce phone, use it to produce electronics and other gadgets and sell it back to South Africa. and you, South Africa, come and accuse me, a Nigerian, of taking your job. Can you see the dumbness? Can you see how crazy this is? Who is actually taking the job of South Africans? Nigerians or Chinese? Nigeria or Europeans? Nigeria or Americans? Nigeria or Indians? That come and take your resources and take it away and go and employ their citizens. Do you know the shocking aspect of it? Those Chinese, they will come, enter South Africa and other African nations with their citizens, their own companies, and explore those resources and take it out and send it back to China or any other part of the world and process it and employ their own citizens and process the whole items and use it to produce something else and send it back to Africa and send it back to South Africa. These guys, you see this Jacinta on my screen. I do not hate South Africa, but this madness needs to stop. This crazy needs to stop. Chinese man are taking your job, and you say a Nigerian, a Ghanaian, a Zimbabwe is one taking your job. How dumb can you be? How dumb can you be thinking in such? This is what you see. That's why Donald Trump called Jasmine Crockett of Jasmine Crockett. That should be, is it what is this, a state? Called her a low IQ lady because she's low IQ. That should be what the DeSantis state. This DeSantis, this U.S. state that Governor DeSantis. Oh, or is it Governor? That should be one of the states here. Donald Trump called her a low IQ lady, and that is, you see, let me tell you, I'm not trying to use so much for, but the truth be told that Jacinta and every other word, match to match, they have low IQ. A father is supposed to send to Chinese, send to your government, send to for other Europeans, Americans who are coming to your nation to exploit your resources. They will bring their own citizens and they will exploit the resources and take it back to their country and use it to what? Employ their citizens and process a finished goods and send it back to South Africa. Do you know how many millions, thousands of their citizens they're employed based on taking your resources? An innocent Nigerian, innocent Zimbabwe, innocent Ghanaian who just come to help to find a ends-meet, you call him, say, you accuse him of taking your job. How dumb can that be? How crazy? Look, Africa, we need to wake up from this madness. Let me tell you, if we were in those days, Nigeria would have retaliated against South Africa, but they won't, because they know that South Africa, this trash, this madness that is happening there is not the problem of Nigeria. It's not the problem of Africa. As long as Chinese and other world continents, they keep on coming to take your resources and use it to go and process finished goods and send it back to you, South Africa will remain poor. There's no two ways about it. The whole black African nations will remain poor. It is a fact. There's no two ways about it. There's no magic. Now, let me put it this way. How many jobs were created when these foreigners were sent away from South Africa? No single job. It is never about sending them away. What's the population of China? China, according to some analysis, China is up to 1 billion. India is up to 1 billion. Look at China today. Do you see China crying of foreigners taking away their job? What is the population of South Africa? It is never about that. Nigeria today, let me tell you, there's something people fail to realize. If South Africa reduce their population to 1,000, in as much as they are not utilizing their resources, they will remain poor. It is not a cause, it is fact. It is a reality. Please and please, be on my channel right now. If you are watching me, please hit that subscribe button. Let's take this channel to 1K followers, 1K subscribers, please. This channel advocates for peace, advocate for African development, trying to break down things happening in Africa. Not just about South Africa, Nigeria, and the whole of Africa. Please and please. So like I was saying, South Africa can never be better. Nigeria can never be better. In as long as we are not the ones using our resources. Do you know the funny part? Even when Chinese and other world people, when they collect our mineral resources and process it, some of the matter they are not even sent back to Nigeria for us to even use it to process what? Raw material by ourselves. That's just a simple, that is the biggest problem. Until we begin, we industrialize. You see, Remember, there's a CEO forum meeting that happened in Kigali. In case if you have been following what's happening in Africa, it happened few months ago. After France and Kenya, Emmanuel Macron and Luto Williams of Kenya, they hosted this summit in Kenya, right? They hosted there's a promise about 20 billion development package, all this. Some of the African leaders, they went. There's a meeting that happened in Kigali. There is a lady that came from South Africa. She's a South African lady. You see, they manage, there's one particular bank. That should be an investment bank. They also have a branch in Zimbabwe. What happened? There's what this lady said. I'm supposed to bring up a video. But it's on my channel. If you go to my channel, please, if you've been following, go to my channel. I did a video, some video about African development. Here you see a South African leader. Then on my channel, just go through my channel. You see that video about this lady. What did she say? Africa can never industrialize until there was energy, steady power, electricity. Africa can never industrialize until we begin to utilize our resources. Let me tell you, in Nigeria today, there's no, in fact, if the world, there's no mineral resources can't find Nigeria. Is it gold? Is it lithium? Is it, what is it called? Coal? Crude oil? Gas? What can't you find in Nigeria? The same thing you have us rare earth deposits in South Africa today. But do you know the shameful aspect of this? South Africa can't even process their own rare earth. They can't explore their own rare earth from the ground. South Africa that is chasing away Nigeria, saying that Nigerians are the one taking their job, Ghanaians are taking their job. They can't explore their own rare earth, their own mineral. You are the ones sending your jobs out, your leaders, you people. Because as long as you are allowing your mineral resources to be taken out from your country, automatically you are sending away the most important jobs that are supposed to employ South African citizens out of your country. People need to teach these people a lesson for them to understand. All we need in Africa is education. 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 If we are highly educated to have understanding, we will know what the problem is. Look, let me repeat it. Every single time you ship away your mineral resources to another nation, every time you allow a foreign company to come and explore your resources with their own workers, and when they explore those resources, they will send it back to their country. You are the one sending out your job automatically. Let's calculate it. I've done it before. I would just want to repeat it. They come with their own nationals. Pay them. They will now work in South Africa, explore your resources, not just in another African nation, and take it back to their country. Send it back to the factory in their nation and process it while paying their workers there. No South African was paid when they were exploring the resources in South Africa, maybe few, with cheap amount of money. Now, when they send it back to their country, South African citizens were not taken in order to work in those factories. Who is taking away your job? You in South Africa, you in Nigeria, our leaders, and everyone, they are the ones shipping away jobs. Imagine that this match-to-match leader, this Jacinta doesn't even have this. You see, she is low IQ. This is not an insult. These leaders are low IQ leaders. You see, when they say that our leaders have failed us, what do you say about Jacinta and all this match and match? This is a doodoo, is it a doodoo labi? What do they call it? Match to match. What do you call them? It is not an insult. It is not me trying to disrespect them. Because when you see people that do not understand simple science, simple mathematics, simple leadership, and they are claiming to be leaders, in fact, they are the one claiming that leader. Let me clear you one. Do you know one funny thing about this match to match and every other people advocating for Indian nations to send away immigrants? You people are the worst leaders. How are they the worst leaders? If you cannot understand this simple mathematics, this simple calculation analysis just run as a leader, then you are a low IQ. You do not deserve to be a leader. In fact, you do not even deserve to criticize any leader at all. Because you are worse than those leaders. Foreigners in your nation are not. In fact, let me clear you. You need more foreigners in your nation. That's just a simple fact. The only thing you need, don't ship away your resources out in your country. If Chinese people comes to South Africa to explore rare earth, tell them that you must employ South Africans in critical areas of those companies. You employ South Africans. And also, after exploring those resources, you are not taking it out of South Africa. You are going to process it to the final product. In South Africa, you employ South African citizens. You create job. It's as simple as that. It is simple arithmetic. But person on my screen like Jacinta doesn't even understand this simple IQ. So this black man, this Nigerian that is running a party shop, just a tiny shop, he is the one taking your job. How many foreigners are employed in government offices in South Africa? How many? How many? Yes, maybe in some companies, you might see foreigners. What are those companies that are employing high-level, foreigners in high-level positions? These same exploration companies. These same companies that are coming to examine your resources. They are the ones. They are the ones not employing your citizens because it's an agreement. Let's put it this: if South Africans have companies that is processing, exploring their own resources by themselves, employing their citizens, employing even those foreigners in their nation, do you know that even when those companies exploring resources as South African companies, they will also employ foreigners who they are based in South Africa, because those foreigners, when you pay them, they will have to pay tax back. They must pay tax. So which means they are not taking the wealth out. Most of them must set up investments in South Africa, which means they are not taking the money out of South Africa. Do you know that? If actually that these match-to-match leaders, they have this understanding, they won't be there deceiving. Can you see the thousands that follow them and match? These people need to join my platform. Look, please and please, if you're just watching now, please, I beg of you, hit the subscribe and notification bell. Let's take this channel to 1K. Let's develop Africa together. Let's build Africa together. Let's learn together. Let's sensitize our leaders together. Look, I want to build one of the biggest platforms that will help to sensitize our leaders and the citizens of not just Nigeria, but the whole of Africa. Because we need to do better. Look at my neck. We don't have, look, let me clear you, in case if you're watching me, I'm an economist. I'm a BSc holder, a degree holder in economics. So I'm not an illiterate. I'm a degree holder, BSc holder in economics. I studied economics. Here I am in Nigeria. I'm a graduate. So some of the analysis in error, I'm not just running based on assumption. I'm running based on data, based on what knowledge, the reality. These are the reality. Africans, we need to wake up. Look, I'm sending this message to Jacinta before going offline. Please and go back to your drawing board. Sit down and have a rethink. And if possible, if there's any South African watching this video, watching this is on my live stream right now, please share these videos to Jacinta and every other word. These are